Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final day of the 2016 Beast of the East tournament. Brought to you by Mail America, Belmont Savings Bank, the Health Plan, and West Virginia Northern Community College. I'm Coach Dell along with Jubb. Soup is on his way from a family reunion in Ohio, and Jarrett's hopefully on his way back from Pittsburgh. Everybody's celebrating the 4th of July, family reunions, and we hope you all have had a wonderful 4th of July United States 250th birthday celebration and have been safe, endured the heat, and are ready for a relaxing Sunday as we are semifinal action here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Ready to wrap up the 2016 very, very hot Beast of the East. It's a rematch of yesterday as West Hills from the Canonsburg area of Pennsylvania taking on our homestanding Wheeling Post 1. Yesterday, these two teams ended in a 4-4 tie after several lightning delays. Probably could have never got that game in as the rain moved in on us, and wow, it really hit hard. So because of the tie, Post 1 remained as the number 2 seed, and West Hills comes in as the number 3 seed. By virtue of that, Post 1 will be the home team here in this second semifinal game, and West Hills will be the visiting team. These teams have played a couple of very interesting games over the last 2 years. Last year, West Hills, actually it was called Armory, I believe, last year. West Hills won a game with 8 players as they had a player ejected, had a coach ejected last year, and finished with 8 players and defeated Wheeling Post 1. Post 1 hoping to return the favor this year as we are just about ready to go. Up here in the box, a crowded press box this afternoon. Man, we got a ton of guys up here. Coach Aaron White on the official scorebook. His son, legend West Virginia. God, look at him down there. Kyle with sporting a Wheeling Park hat. He's going to be on the scoreboard. Hopefully he keeps it right. We got Coach Doug Boyd down on the music, Jubb on the controls, and a bunch of other guys. Coach Stout will be running around here. Have a full press box. Kim North on the game. Coach Ryan Lewicki from Wheeling University. Coach Gruber up here, and of course, Coach Nardoni. So loaded press box, ready for some exciting action. This should be a really pretty evenly matched team. These guys have evenly matched game as these two teams have, as I mentioned, have played some really, really intense, really close games. Expecting the same thing here. The winner of this will take on the number 1 seed, the Outsiders, from down in the southern part of the state of West Virginia. Very, very good team as they advance with a 10-0 win in the first semifinal over Blaze. And Post 1's going to take the field. They're in their pinstripe pants, the solid blue jerseys. Alex Daneski, he's headed to the mound. The big lefty from Weir High School, he's headed to the mound. His battery mate, Nolan Yanchek, as always, doing the catching around the outfield. In left field, in this first semifinal game, it'll be Caden Knapp. In center field, as always, and be leading off for us, Chris Upton. And over in right field, the hottest hitter in the tournament so far, Andrew Murdoch. Around the infield, at third base, moving in from the outfield today, and actually pitched yesterday, Brady Ernest. The shortstop will be the slick fielding Dom Fado. Over at second base, getting his second consecutive start, be Ryder DeLesk. Turned a couple double plays yesterday. And at first base, the big man wearing number 39, Brody Groom. And as I mentioned, Nolan Yanchek doing the catching, and his battery mate out on the mound, Alex Zaneski. For West Hills, they only hit 9 guys today. They've been hitting 11, but the rules state you hit 9, and that's what they're going with today. So West Hills wasn't real happy about it, but that's the way it is. So they will hit 9 and lead off with Brody Malatak. Nice-looking player. He's playing at Hagerstown Community College. Batting second will be that slick fielding shortstop Gavin Angotti. He plays at Cal U. Batting third, the big boy. He had a couple of home runs yesterday. Braden Radu. He's going to be a senior at Cannon Mac. He'll be doing the pitching. In a cleanup spot will be Colton Prosperi. He's headed also to Hagerstown Community College. Jake Federuch will hit fifth and play second base. Penn State University Barron. Danny Sorensen will hit sixth. Keegan Williams seventh. Ethan Kirker eighth. And rounding out the hitting lineup will be Gavin Dantry. We are just about ready for the first pitch here in our second semifinal game. It's Wheeling Post 1 taking on West Hills. Janeski, he kicks, he deals. Malatak swings through that. 101. Coach White just announced your official first pitch time. Hopefully that time doesn't become a factor today, or weather doesn't become a factor. Janeski's second pitch, fouled back again by Malatak. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 on the leadoff hitter, Malatak, just underway here. The 0-2, Malatak, not sure what happened there. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Brody Malatak, in their Carolina blue uniforms, good-looking unis. Zaneski's 1-2, curveball, hangs outside, runs a count to 2-2. Malatak, as I mentioned, he's headed to Hagerstown Community College. Zaneski's 2-2. That's flown out to left field. That's deep to left field. That's actually going to get off the wall. That's going to bounce over the wall, and I think Coach Gruber called it today. That ball is really flying today. We have seen some balls fly out of here in the game before, and yesterday we saw 4 home runs. And Malatak, I literally thought that was going to be a catchable ball out there in left field by Caden Knapp, but that ball just kept carrying, and the flags are standing straight up, blowing out to left center field. You guys noticed that ball flying today? Man, but that ball didn't seem like that was hit that far, but obviously there's going to be some balls traveling out of here. Coach Stout's not too happy about that. So it'll be Gavin Angotti, the shortstop. He plays at Cal U. Coach Stout's going to be a mess. He has a count of 16 baseballs left. After that, the Beasties will be over. We'll call it. 1 ball, no strikes on Angotti. The pitch from Zaneski. That is going to be grounded foul down third base. Ernest backhands it and throws it back into Zaneski. Early threat here for West Hills as Brody Malatak doubled off over the left field fence. Probably a break for post 1 because I'm sure that would have been a triple. 1-1 pitch. Down low. Kyle White quick on the balls and strikes. Going to test him, though. It's the duration that counts. See how he is in about the 4th inning. Zaneski behind 2-1. Big pitch coming here. He delivers, swinging a foul back by Angotti. This first inning brought to you by Mail America, our good friend Rick Delesk. Great sponsor for our Post 1 live streams. Hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget, wherever you are, if you're watching, send a message to the job. And a ball in there for strike 3, and Yanchak's going to have to throw it down to first. Angotti wisely took off, made Yanchak throw it. That gave Malatak a chance to move over to third, move up 90 feet. So he is 90 feet away from the first run of the game. Nice pitch there from Zaneski. Good job by Yanchak to block that curveball in the dirt. Strike 3, and a big pitcher today, Braden Radu, trying to plate the first run for West Hills. And that ball is popped straight up. Ernest fighting the sun, and he does. And pulls in a big out right there. Brady Ernest did a great job shielding the sun with his glove. Had to catch it a little lower than he wanted to, but he was shading the sun with his glove and did a great job. So a big out there for post 1 and Alex Zaneski as they retire Braden Radu, trying to get Malatek in from third. That'll bring up Colton Prosperi. Prosperi also going to play at Hager's Community College. First pitch, a strike from Zaneski. Prosperi trying to get that first run in. That curveball catches the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Zaneski trying to work out of this leadoff double. See what he throws here. See if he trusts Janchek with something in the dirt. He's going to go fastball. It's going to be a tough play for Fado. Way in the hole. The long throw, and that's not going to be able to get Colton Prosperi. Tough play for Fado as he was deep in the hole. Couldn't make the long throw in time. So Prosperi with the infield RBI single. Just hit it past Ernest. Enough in the hole to leg it out. That'll bring up Jake Federush, the second baseman. Federush headed to Penn State University Barron. And Zaneski with that nice move over first base. Let Prosperi know he's thinking about him. 1-0 early here. West Hills Armory takes the early lead. First pitch to Federush, right in there, fastball, strike 1. Zaneski almost got out of that inning. Just a tough play for Fado in the hole. Couldn't quite make that throw. Zaneski stops it. Steps off the back of the rubber. Wants to signs to show him again from Janchek. And Zaneski, nice pitch right there. And he gets ahead of Federush. No balls, 2 strikes. He got ahead of Prosperi. No balls, 2 strikes. Prosperi with the infield RBI single. Give Armory the lead. Prosperi on the move. He's going to be picked off. Groom, nice throw. Oh, and Fado can't handle it. Oh, nice job all the way around by post 1, but the throw couldn't. I think Fado tried to tag him too quickly and didn't get the ball, so I don't see how these guys are going to score that. Coach White is discussing it up here in the press box. Not sure we're going to call that an error. I don't think we're going to rule that an error. Looks like they're not. Zaneski, and that ball is going to get past Fado in the left field. Here comes Prosperi. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off by Ernest and Armory. After that failed pickoff attempt, gets the RBI single from Federush, drives in Prosperi with Armory's second run. Fado just got under his glove. So that pickoff attempt that went astray comes back to haunt post 1. 2-0 now. Early lead for Armory. Danny Sorensen, he's a senior at West Allegheny. Nice move over there again by Zaneski. Federush back in time. He actually picked off Prosperi, but the Fado couldn't handle the throw. First pitch to Sorensen in the dirt, ball 1. Zaneski needs to just gather himself here and get out of this first inning without any other damage. 2 runs on 3 hits so far for Armory. Sorensen on a nice fastball on the outside corner. Swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. Early on, top of the first, 2-0. West Hills leads. Zaneski looks in, a curveball. Stay up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. See if they send Federush in motion again. Zaneski looks over. He's got that good move to first. He's going to come home. Fastball. That's going to be grounded to Delesk, and he's going to flip it right over to Fado for out number 3. But West Hills strikes first in what could be a high-scoring affair this afternoon. 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. They leave 1. We're through in half an inning. It's West Hills Armory 2, Post 1, nothing. And at First inning, as we mentioned, brought to you by Mail America. Mail America's Wheeling's own direct mail experts, helping local businesses connect with the right customer for over 30 years. From strategy and creative to print and postal logistics, Mail America gets your message into the right mailbox at the right time. Learn more at mailamerica.com. Let's go down post one's hitting lineup. It'll be Chris Upton, as always, leading off, the lefty center fielder. Jake Brown will hit second. Andrew Murdoch third. That's been pretty much the standard lineup, other than when Brown pitched yesterday. He didn't hit. Then Brady Ernest will hit in the cleanup spot. Dom Fado fifth. And Brody Groom in the sixth hole. Seventh batter this afternoon. Caden Knapp, the left fielder. Batting eighth, the catcher Nolan Yanchek. And rounding out the lineup, the second baseman Ryder DeLess. So it's Upton, Brown, and Murdoch, followed by Ernest, Fado, and Groom, followed by Knapp, Yanchek, and DeLesk. Let's set West Hills defensively. In left field will be Danny Sorensen, the center fielder, Gavin Dantry, the right fielder, Ethan Kirker. Around the infield for West Hills, the third baseman, Colton Prosperi, shortstop, Gavin Angotti, the second baseman, Jake Federush, and over at first base, Keegan Williams. The battery for West Hills doing the catching, Brody Malatak. Brody's done everything in the middle now. He pitched, he played center, now he's catching. And his battery mate, the big guy out on the mound, Braden Radu. First pitch to leadoff hitter Chris Upton. Curveball drops in there, strike one. Always love to see Upton get on to start the game, put the pressure on him. Radu's second pitch, down low, ball one, 1-1. Upton, as always, having a great beast of the East. Grounds the 1-1 pitch foul. So Radu gets ahead in the count, 1-2. We're waiting for the ball to come back in here as it rolled down in the corner. Right fielder retrieves it. Keegan Williams will toss it back to Braden Radu. And if you're listening, tuning in, watching our live stream, send a message to Job. He'll give you a shout out. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how your 4th of July was. If you did anything exciting. 1-ball, 2-strike pitch down low to Upton, 2-2. Did anything fun? Saw some good fireworks in the rain. The 2-2 pitch from Radu. Outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Upton, as Malatak did for West Hills, trying to get on base to lead off the first. And that curveball. Upton way out ahead of it. Swings and misses for out number 1. That'll bring up Jake Brown. Malatak and home plate umpire Nate Harper are having a lighthearted discussion back there, laughing about something. Jake Brown pitched a dandy yesterday. First pitch from Radu, down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown, the big, tall shortstop. He's actually DHing today. Swings and misses. That off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 from Radu. Breaking ball be fouled into Wheeling Park's dugout. Looks like Crispy Calzone is in again. Welcome back, Crispy Calzone. MJ 1590. And Jake Brown swings and misses. So Radu takes care of the first 2 post 1 batters. This game could get interesting since all the past history with these two, as says MJ 1590. And MJ, you couldn't be more right. Brian Campbell. Nico's tuned in the car with soup. So, guys, safe travels on your way back. Nico Cusick getting ready for his senior year at Wheeling Central. Murdoch heading to count, 2 balls, no strikes. Murdoch, I'm going to look up his stats here in just a second. They got to be astronomical. 2-0 fouled off to the right side. Anybody tuning in. Hope you had a safe and happy 4th of July. A lot of the fireworks shows were dampened a bit by the rain. And that ball is going to be grounded. Wow. Great play down there by the first baseman, Keegan Williams, but it was a foul ball, but great effort. Saved us a little time, too. Didn't have to chase that ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Radu trying to work a quick 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the first, 2-0. West Hills leads. Radu, the pitch. That's going to be a 2-hopper to the second baseman. And a nice play out there by Jake Federush. So 1, 2, 3. Go post 1. Here in the bottom of the first. 1 inning in the books on a Sunsplash Patriot Field in the final day of the 2016 Beast of the East. It's West Hills 2, post 1, nothing. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got some other people joining us. Helen Snyder, she was with us yesterday. Go Wheeling, post 1. Jada Cusick. Jada Cusick. Juicy J. Let's go post 1. Thanks for checking in, folks. Let us know where you're checking in from. Got to get Jubb on a headset so he can read those. He's eating his, 26 popsicle? 26 popsicle of the day, a banana one. I think that might have been the best thing that we did was the popsicles. Thanks to Bo Heller for the popsicles down at Ziegenfelders. Appreciate that. His second inning be brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Todd Cover and everyone at Belmont Savings Bank for bringing us this top of the second inning. Leading off will be Keegan Williams, the first baseman. Zaneski's first pitch, fouled back by Williams. 2-0. West Hills leads. Top of the second. These two teams tied yesterday, in case you're joining us late. Couple lightning delays. I think that one slipped out of Zaneski's hands as it goes to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. The siren went off. Delayed us 30 minutes. Then we saw a massive bolt of lightning in left field that ended the game. Zaneski's 1-1. That's going to be fouled off his foot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zaneski doing a good job of getting ahead in the count. Danny Sorensen. He's going to be a senior at West Allegheny. Most of these kids are from Cannon, McMillan, West Allegheny, up in that area. And the pitch that's driven to left field. Caden Knapp camps right under it for out number 1. Here in the top of the second. That'll bring up the right fielder, Ethan Kirker. Kirker will also be a senior. He's at Cannon McMillan also. I think Cannon Mac could have a potentially pretty good ball club. Some of these players on this Armory team. Zaneski's first pitch to Kirker. That's going to be up high, ball 1. Reminded the winner of this game will take on the Outsiders, hopefully at 3:30 if we can get through this one clean. Second pitch, check swing. They're going to appeal it down to first. Paul Kearns says no swing. 2 balls, no strikes on Ethan Kirker. Nate Harper's done an outstanding job of controlling the games. 3-0. And as always, I throw the jinx on Zaneski, as I said he was getting ahead of all the batters, and he falls behind 3-0. I'm going to quit saying things like that. Oh, boy. Broadcaster's jinx. 4-pitch walk to Kirker. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Gavin Dantry. Gavin, the son of the head coach. Dantry 0 for 2 yesterday. Kirker on first. Zaneski's first pitch. Catches the knees on the outside corner for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Well, they roll the order today as opposed to the first couple of days as they batted 11. But we are playing major league rules, as should be the case in a tournament like that, like this. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the second inning. West Hills leading 2-0. Zaneski stares in. Kirker leads off first. Nice lead. He's going to throw over, and oh, he almost picked him off as Kirker's hand got stuck and just did reach it out as Groom swiped the tag down on him. That was really close. It didn't look like it was going to be that close, but when Kirker dove back, his hand got caught in the turf.
Nice lead.
He had to double clutch to get to the bag. Zaneski with that great move. 1 ball, 1 strike on the number 9 hitter, Gavin Dantry. Dantry swings and fouls it back. Dantry trying to see where he is going. He hasn't committed anywhere yet. Zaneski ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's going to throw over to first. Pretty much gave that one away. I don't think that was his A move. Get a job to get a zoom in on the Coach Steve Myers tribute banner that hangs right by the third base coaching box. Zaneski's 1-2 pitch up high. Yeah, there's Jubb zooming in on the banner for the late Steve Myers, great friend of Chad Stout, best friends. Very good friend of mine, taught together for 20-plus years, painted together for many years, drank a few beers together, watched a lot of games together. Coach Aaron White here, real good friends with very good friends and neighbors, Steve Myers. His banner hangs proudly on the third left field fence. Dantry chases that off-speed pitch for out number 2. Back to the top of the order. Now this is where they probably are glad to batting 9. Because Malatak is now up instead of the number 10 hitter. Malatak doubled, ground rule double in the top of the first inning. Takes a pitch outside. Malatak, Hagerstown Community College. Boys, utility guys catching today. He pitched yesterday. He played center field yesterday. Or he pitched on Friday. Zaneski's 1-0 pitch to Malatak is low for ball 2. I think, not sure what the pitching formula is for post 1 today. And Malatak check swing, but went around too far. The ball gets behind Janchek, so Kirker will move up 90 feet into scoring position. Kirker was actually going back to first, thought Zaneski was coming over to first, but instead, Zaneski came home, but it got by Janchek, so Kirker was able to refire and get back down to second base. So he's in scoring position with the leadoff hitter, the ever-dangerous Brody Malatak. And that one gets by. 2 straight that gets by way outside. To Nolan Janchek, and they're going to have Janchek and Zaneski are going to have a little chat. Not sure what that's all about. Obviously, I don't know whether Nolan got crossed up or the ball just slipped out of Zaneski's hands, but that was 2 straight that were way off of the plate. Hope we don't have another one of those. Now Kirker has moved in up 90 feet. I mean, he's only 90 feet away from scoring. Zaneski needs to really dig in here and get this third out. Malatak with a swing and a miss. Correction, there's only 1 out here. No, there is 2 outs. Yeah, Kyle White, see? I said it was the duration that counts, and I looked out. There was one out on there, folks. So I will not take the blame for that. I am adamantly pointing at Kyle White. That was his fault, his mistake. I knew it. It's the duration that counts. So there is 2 outs. So Zaneski trying to work out, and the pesky Brody Malatek fouls it off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Malatek full count here. Big pitch coming. Don't want to put Malatek on because he'll be running. And Malatek just continues to battle. Good battle here. 2 good teams. It's the kind of baseball game you love to sit and watch. It's a good one. 2-0. West Hills leads, threatening again here in the top of the 2nd. That ball's going to be in the dirt for ball 4. So that puts runners at the corners now for West Hills, and I'm sure we're going to see Malatek at some point in Angotti's at bat here. He's going to be on the move. Got to be prepared for delayed steal also. Possible getting hung up in between 1st and 2nd. So they're an aggressive team. West Hill's a very aggressive team. Coach Dantry loves to run. Zaneski's first pitch. Malatek stays put. Probably going to give Angotti a shot here to swing. The Cal U shortstop. He was 1 for 3 yesterday. Struck out swinging on a ball in the dirt. There goes. And it's going to be a throw through, but Delesko cut it off. I don't think even if he let it through, they had a chance for Malatek there. Coach Henry's going to take a stroll out to the mound as Zaneski falls behind Angotti. 2 balls and no strikes. Once again, I want to send a shout out to our sponsors. West Virginia Northern Community College. You belong here. With campuses in Wheeling, Weirton, and New Martinsville, Northern offers hands-on training in healthcare, business, skilled trades, culinary arts, and more, plus free and favorable tuition options for eligible students. Find your direction at wvncc.edu. Our good friend David Barnhart, West Virginia Northern, just announced a new president down there. Can't get his name right off the top of my head, but Ron Mosser was there before him, did a fantastic job. They really have things cooking down at Northern, man. If you're looking to go into work field, teach, man, you want to get a degree, check into Wheeling North or West Virginia Northern, because they are really on the move. So back here to baseball. Cloud cover right now. Still quite humid, though. Still a bit humid. Can't wait till this humidity breaks. So it's Gavin Angotti, the shortstop, struck out on a curveball his first time up, looking to drive in a couple of runs here for West Hills. Pitches down low, 3-0 now on Angotti. Keeping an eye on that post 1 bullpen as Zaneski is now over 50 pitches, and we're just in the 2nd inning. 3-0 pitch. Gets the outside corner for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Gavin Angotti. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Zaneski trying to keep these insurance run crossing the plate. The 3-1. That's going to be on the outside corner. Angotti took a step towards first, but has to come back. So Zaneski has battled back from 3-0 now to full count. Big pitch in this early part of the game. One that you can really look back on no matter what happens here. He kicks, he deals, and that's going to be down low for ball 4. He worked it back to full but couldn't complete the deal. So that's going to load the bases for the big 2 down. Yeah, the coach was a little confused. Cal had him confused too. So the big guy, this is a dangerous position here for Alex Zaneski. Is Radu, 2 home runs yesterday, popped out to Brady Ernest at 3rd, his first time up, but the bases are loaded with light blue. The first pitch in there for a strike, and boy, that's what he needs to do, get ahead in the count and work his pitches. I'd imagine he's going to work away here Don't give anything to Radu because he can put it into the trees. Bases full of West Hills runners. The 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a curveball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Early on, critical part of the game. We're only in the top of the second, but Zaneski pitch count going up. Trying to keep this lead at this deficit at 2-0. The 1-1 to Radu, and that's way in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. I think you're going to see some movement in the post 1 dugout if Zaneski loses Radu. The 2-1 pitch, the big pitch. That's way up high. And down at third, Ethan Kirker probably, I don't know if that was a smart move or not, probably seeing the control issues right now that Zaneski's having. Didn't want to risk that ball bouncing quickly back to Janchek. Probably could have scored easily, but didn't want to take a chance at taking a bat out of Radu's hands. 3-1 pitch. Don't want to give him something too good here to really drive. Shakes off 2 or 3 signs. He steps off as Kirker bouncing around down there. Third base. Big leads for all these guys. A single easily score Malatek from second. And that pitch down low. And that'll walk in a run. And a very dangerous part of this game right now for Alex Zaneski in post 1. Has got the first Steven Brodegard jumping up out of the dugout. Probably have Nolan Janchek. Usually the routine is for Nolan to stroll out. And a little delay here, but bases still loaded after 3 consecutive. Walks. Okay, we have a courtesy runner for, that'll be Henry Orban, courtesy running for Braden Radu at first base. So here we go. Colton Prosperi with bases loaded. West Hills has pushed 1 across after 3 consecutive walks, 4 walks in the inning. No hits. And the pitch, that's grounded left side. That's going to get through. That's going to score 1. Here comes the runner from second. Here comes the throw. It's a good throw, but sliding in safely. It'll be Gavin Angotti. They had a lot of speed on the bases, and Colton Prosperi with a 2-run single extends West Hills lead now to 5-0. Still threats on the bases. As Radu moves up, well, the pinch runner, Henry Orban, moves to second. Prosperi after the 2-run single at first. 5-0, top of the second. Zaneski in a little bit of trouble here. Really trying to get out of this inning. First pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes on Federuch. Federuch singled, had an RBI single in the first inning. Yesterday, he was 1 for 3. Hitting that big double play in the 7th inning after that first lightning delay. The pitch, that's going to be bounced foul down the third baseline. Zaneski's got to be getting hot in this humidity out there, working hard. I'll try to get an official pitch count. If somebody up here, if anybody on Game Changer can give me the, Job, never mind. I got my left-hand man Job here. He'll be able to give me the pitch count on how many? Job says he's at 57, so he and Kyle White are pretty much on the same page. 50 approaching 60 pitches, folks, in 2 innings. That's a lot of pitches for a guy on a hot day. 1-1 pitch in there to Federuch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But with this post 1 offense, we've seen them score runs, folks. They've been down 6-0. They've been down a couple of runs several times. And the pitch, that's going to be driven through the left side. And they're going to send it. Should be a play at the plate. Here comes the relay from Ernest. It's bobbled a little bit. He's going to be beautiful throw from Ernest to nail Henry Orban at home. An absolute perfect throw from Brady Ernest. A great job out there by Caden Knapp, hitting the cutoff man, Ernest, with a beautiful relay throw. Literally, Yanchak didn't have to move his glove. Orban slid right into it. So instead of that 6-run scoring, the third out recorded, but not before West Hills comes up with 3 runs on a couple of hits. There were 4 walks in the inning. They leave a couple. You knew score after an inning and a half. It's West Hills 5, Post 1, nothing. Okay, folks, back here, Patriot Field, for our final day of the 2016 Beast of the East, our second semifinal game. Semifinal game number 1 saw the Outsiders take care of Blaze 10-0 in 6 innings. Winner of this game will take on the Outsiders at hopefully 3:30, first pitch. Right now, Post 1 in a hole in the bottom of the 6th, but we've seen them come back from this deficit a couple of times during this Beast of the East. See if they can do it again. They've got the firepower to do it. Facing big Braden Radu. First pitch to Ernest down low. Ball 1. They've been very resilient throughout this whole Beast of the East. The pitch from Radu. Fouled off to the left side by Brady Ernest. We were talking about Ernest yesterday. What a player he is. He is one of the best players we've seen in a while. And he drives one, and that shortstop right there, solid player right there. Gavin Angotti handles the one hopper. Ball hit hard, but Angotti slides to his left. Jarrett would have loved that play. Nice little convenient bounce for Angotti. Makes the perfect throw to first. Always important first out of the inning for Radu. Good defense behind him. That'll bring up Dom Fado. Fado, boy, he's been a pleasant surprise. His first pitch. Wow, nice form out there by Angotti. You can tell he plays college baseball, man. He is smooth. Reminds me of a couple of good shortstops that have played here at Wheeling Park. Andrew Kowalo being one of those. Just a solid throw over to first base. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 2nd. Radu loves that. 2 big guys on the mound with Zaneski and Radu. This heat can get to him, but when you have those quick innings, which he has started out, well, you love those. Radu's second pitch. Groom tries to hold up, but can't do it. Nate Harper says he went too far, and I think he did. So Radu quickly jumps out. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be skied way in the air. Left fielder Danny Sorensen under it, and he makes the easy grab. So 1-2-3 goes Post 1 here in the bottom of the 2nd. We head to the top of the 3rd. Your score remains. It's West Hills 5, Wheeling Post 1, nothing. This 3rd inning brought to you by the Health Plan. Health insurance provider who's here for you. Our good friend Dave Flatley and Jeff Knight at the Health Plan. What great guys those guys are. Jeff Knight, one of the best guys you ever want to meet. CEO at Health Plan. Love that guy. And my man Dave Flatley. We spend a lot of time in a press box together with Medicare, Medicaid, West Virginia CHIP, and employers' plans for Ohio and West Virginia families. The Health Plan connects you to local doctors and real support when you need it most. Find your plan at healthplan.org. The Health Plan, we are here for you. So post one finds himself in quite a deficit here as we head to the third inning. Going to have to get some life, and it's going to be important for Alex Zaneski to have a scoreless inning here. Don't let him add any to this 5-0 lead right now. And with these 7-inning games, man, and he just bounced one way in front of the plate on one of his warm-up pitches. These 7-inning games, man, you're in the third inning, you're starting to feel like it's getting a little bit late, where if you're playing 9 innings, you got a ton of game left. But, boy, I think one of the Taylor boys, is that who just came up? Zach? Is that Zach?
Yes, sir.
Zach Taylor, legend. Post one legend. Lindsley, I think he's in the Lindsley Hall of Fame. If he's not, he should be. Zach Taylor, great kid. Outstanding catcher at Lindsley here at Wheeling Post 1. Joined us here in the press box. Press box quite crowded today. We head to the top of the third. Danny Sorensen. He ended that 2-run first inning with a ground ball to Ryder DeLesk. Flipped it on to Dom Fado for the last out in the first inning. Sorensen, a senior at West Allegheny this coming fall. Good-looking player. Struck out and popped up yesterday in the post one game. Swings at that first pitch, fouls it off to the right side. Coach Stout, as always, looking for baseballs. Coach. All right. The 0-1 pitch. That's right in there. Maybe Zaneski will set a win here and have a quick inning. Quickly jumps ahead of Sorensen. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the third, 5-0. West Hills leads. Zaneski's kicks, he deals. Driven down the left field line, foul. Coach Stout just begging for fans to help with foul balls. Probably needs to hire a kid and pay him like 20, but yeah, well, that's true. Sorensen down 0-2 in the count to pitch from Zaneski. Bounces in front of the plate. Janczak getting quite a workout early on here. Over 60 pitches now for Zaneski in 2+ innings. Sorensen, the leadoff hitter, the pitch. The curveball, that's going to be grounded to Fado. Makes a nice play. Throws over to first base for the first out. Hard hit ball. Fado glides to his left and makes the play. Strong throw to first base for out number 1. That'll bring up Keegan Williams. He flew out to start that 3-run second inning. Looked like it was going to be a pretty good inning for Zaneski, but then he ran into trouble as I jinxed him. Said he was getting ahead in the count and quickly fell behind in the count and walked the next guy, and then proceeded to walk 3 more. So Keegan Williams steps in, 1-0 on him. Next pitch up and away, 2 balls, no strikes. 5-0. West Hills leads. Hopefully post one can mount a comeback, but it's important for Zaneski to have a big inning here. And that curveball drops in. Goes with a 2-0 curveball. Must feel comfortable with that curveball right now. As Jubb shakes his head, yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sometimes that fastball leaves you. And as they just say that, his fastball sails wide. 3 balls, 1 strike. Keegan Williams trying to make Zaneski work from the stretch again. He's trying to work a 1-out walk here. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that ball is hit the center field. That's going to drop in for a single. I think Upton might have thought that ball was going to be farther. Didn't quite get the jump he usually gets. I think it looked like that ball off the bat was going to be a little deeper. I think it might have been off the end of the bat and falls in front of Upton for a 1-out single. So on that 3-1 pitch, Williams reaches first base. That'll bring up Ethan Kirker. Kirker walked, scored a run in that 3-run second inning, playing right field. Kirker, senior at Cannon Mac. Good-looking kid. First time up. Today he walked, as I mentioned, scored a run. Yesterday he struck out, popped up to third base against post one. Big lead over there for Keegan Williams. Pitch to Kirker. I think he check swing but went too far, but I think it would have been a called strike anyway. No balls, one strike on Kirker. Runner on first base. Going to throw over. Probably wasn't his A move there. It was pretty easy to pick that one up. He's got a terrific move to first base. Big lead over there by Keegan Williams. A quick snap throw this time. First time we saw that. It wasn't his throwing move. It was a step back quick throw. So again, Keegan Williams gets a decent lead. Held on over there by Groom. And he's going to move over there again. And that's going to be a timeout called. I didn't think Zaneski would balk like that. So he'll get the chance again. No balls, one strike on Kirker. The pitch stays outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 5-0. Top of the third. West Hills lead. Again, the winner of this will face the Outsiders for the title of the 2016 Beast of the East as they advance with a 10-0 win over Blaze. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch hangs outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kirker. What did I say? 2016? 2026. Thanks, guys. I was hoping that I was 10 years younger. I would have been really young then. 2026. Thank you, Whitey. Oh, and there goes the runner. Big jump, fouled off. Oh, Keegan Williams was going on first movement that time. He would have easily had that base stolen as Kirker fouls it off. So the champion of 2026. We might still have the 2016 trophy up here, though. 2026 Beast of the East champion. Another big lead here. See if he goes on first movement again. And he stays put. Got a little confusion here at the plate. I think Kirker may have called timeout or stepped out or something, and Zaneski stopped his motion. They were calling for a balk. That's the second time that's happened here with Kirker at bat. And Coach Aaron White up here, he's an umpire. He's sort of given the clarification on that. We'll get that here in a minute. So it's a full count. We'll see if... And that curveball catches the plate for out number 2. Nice pitch from Zaneski. Big pitch. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Williams still over at first base. The pitch from Zaneski. He's really leaning heavy on that curveball now as he is approaching 80 pitches through 2 2/3 innings. First pitch to Dantry. Gavin Dantry struck out his first time up. Move over to first by Zaneski. Williams gets back easily. I don't think they'll put Williams in motion here. Number 9 hitter up. But I am wrong, and he is running. Yanchek's throw down, and he is going to slide. Oh! Thought he slid in safely there, but got the tag down, and we'll have to watch that on replay. Jubb will pull that on replay. So Yanchek throws on to Fado for the tag and the out. And that'll end the top of the third. No runs on a hit. They leave none. Your score remains after 2.5. It's West Hills 5. Wheeling Post 1, nothing. Back here, ladies and gentlemen, at Patriot Field. Got the clarification from Coach Lewicki and our umpire, our rules analyst today. Aaron White. He just told us, and Coach Lewicki said if the batter in the box calls time or any other vocal command that would make a pitcher stop, even though it may look like a balk, it can't be an induced balk by a batter. So good call. West Hills does not agree with it, but I think both these guys are adamant that that is not a balk. Because really, if you think about it, every batter could yell time without being granted and hope that the pitcher stops for a balk. So good call right there. So back to the game here. Jubb's looking at the replay. We're replaying that, and we got our on-site analyst Nick Nardoni checking out that out save call at second base, and not sure. I don't have a final call on that, but let's get back to the game. Bottom of the third, Caden Knapp leads off, check swing foul towards the first base dugout. Wow, and Jubb just said only 23 pitches for Braden Radu as opposed to almost 80 for Alex Zaneski. So Radu, 0-1 pitch, low on Caden Knapp. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-0. Post one got to try to chip into this lead. The pitch from Radu, down low again. Don't forget, check in on the live stream if you're listening. Radu's 2-1 pitch down low. So, Caden Knapp, after falling behind 0-1, has worked 3-1, trying to get a base runner on for post one. The 3-1 pitch from Radu, that's going to be right down the middle. Run account full. Radu has retired the first 6 post one hitters. The full count pitch. And that's going to be up high, and he is going to walk Caden Knapp, the leadoff hitter. Here in the bottom of the third, Nolan Yanchek, followed by Ryder to left, then back to the top of the order for Chris Upton. Love to set the table for Upton, Brown, and Murdoch. See what Yanchek can do here. Yanchek yesterday 1 for 3, had an RBI single, struck out twice. The pitch out. Malatek jumped out thinking Knapp may be running. Post one has really not been challenged by a catcher yet in the Beast of the East yet. Knapp with a nice lead over there. Not going anywhere. First pitch to Yanchek. Malatek held it there. Trying to sell that call. He was really trying to sell that strike. Got an update. Pirates leading 4-0 over the Nats. Throw over. Ooh. That's another guy, little trouble getting back to first base. Tried to reach with his right hand, but that got stuck, and he reached out with his left hand. So 2 balls, no strikes on Yanchek. Knapp with a big lead to pitch. And ball 3. Now has Radu run into some control issues here, as Zaneski did back in the second inning. Radu with a leadoff walk to Caden Knapp. Now falls behind 3-0 on Nolan Yanchek. Looks in, trying to come back from 3-0. That 3-0 pitch right down the middle at the knees. 3 balls, 1 strike. Post one trailing 5-0. They've trailed several times in this Beast of the East and have battled back. This is a quality ball club they're behind on now. The pitch, swing and a miss from Yanchek. So big Braden Radu trying to work all the way back from 3-0. Now the count's full. We're going to see if Knapp runs here. Radu looks in, he delivers, and the pitch fouled off by Yanchek. Stays alive on that Yanchek trying to work his way on for the number 9 hitter, Ryder Delesk on deck. Radu looks in the full count pitch to Yanchek. That's going to be grounded to third. Going to be tough to get a double play. They get one, and they do. They roll the 5-4-3 double play. Nice turn by Jake Federuch. Great feed from Colton Prosperi. That ball wasn't hit very hard either, but a wonderful turn around the horn. 5-4-3. And boy, you talk about a momentum swing right there as the leadoff walk now is wiped away on that 5-4-3 double play. Two hopper down there to the third baseman. Prosperi, good feed to second baseman Jake Federuch, and a good turn. So now suddenly 2 down. Ryder Delesk behind an account, 0-1. And big Braden Radu hits Delesk. Definitely didn't want to do that. Now he has to face the leadoff hitter and Chris Upton. Delesk heads down to first base with 2 outs. Upton struck out on a off-speed pitch in the first inning. See if he can generate some offense here. Try to get back in this game. The pitch from Radu. Down low. Ball 1. Outfielder's playing straight away. Left fielder a little shaded towards the line. Surprised on that. Radu's throw over. Delesk slides back in safely. Huge gap in left center. We saw Upton nail that left center gap yesterday for a triple. See if he can do that again today. The pitch from Radu, fouled off to the left side. Down in the ravine. Hopefully somebody grabs that ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, Upton. Ryder Delesk on first after he was hit by a pitch. He leads off. Radu kicks and deals. And a line drive to right field that'll drop in front of the right fielder. And Delesk will pull up at second base. So post 1 has a little 2-out action going here after that 5-4-3 double play. Upton delivers a single to right field. Delesk holds up at second. That'll bring up Jake Brown. Jake Brown also a strikeout victim in the first inning. See if he can drive in post 1's first run here. 5-0 they trail. The pitch from Radu. Down and in, ball 1. Runners on first and second for post 1 after that 5-4-3 double play. The pitch from Radu. That curveball fouled away down the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sun peeking back out again. It is a little more comfortable. It's still not, but as we said, it's better than some of the weather we've sat up in here. Whew, turtlenecks and gloves, and been rough. So we'll take this. It looked like Delesk might have been on the move there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jake Brown. Radu trying to work out of this jam that he is in. Got help with a 5-4-3 double play. Then hit Delesk. Upton with a single to right. Runners on first and second. Radu kicks. He deals. And that ball is going to be grounded to shortstop. And he's going to flip it over. And Gotti flips it to Federuch. So that threat is quelled. Post 1 comes up with no runs on 1 hit. They leave a couple. We're through 3 complete. It remains West Hills 5, Post 1, nothing. All right, folks, welcome back in. Pine Room Studios broadcast for you folks back in baseball land. Hope you're tuned in, enjoying this closeout to the 2026 Beast of the East and a closeout to the 4th of July weekend. Hope you're enjoying a relaxing Sunday somewhere. If you were out having a good time last night, hopefully you're recovering today, enjoying it. Back to work for a lot of people tomorrow. Baseball will continue on for a little scheduling update that I found out this morning. There will be no game, folks, here Tuesday. Morgantown, I don't know whether it was trouble getting players or what it was, but there will be no game Tuesday here against Morgantown post 2. Supposed to be head to Glendale for Area 1 matchup against post 3 on Wednesday, and then back here Thursday. Keep your ears pinned to the scheduling info on the game Thursday with Uniontown. We'll keep you updated on that. And then they head to Lancaster Friday and Saturday. Then, unbelievably, the Area 1 tournament starts next Tuesday. All right, we move to the top of the 4th. 5-0 remains the score. Pitching change for post 1 as Stephen Brodegard will take over for Alex Zaneski. Zaneski's final line, 3 innings pitched, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 Ks. Brodegard takes over. First pitch, line to center field by Gavin Dantry, the number 9 hitter. Nice looking swing there. First pitch from Stephen Brodegard, line into center field for a single, and that'll roll the order back to the top. Brody Malatak. Malatak doubled to lead off the game. Scored a run in that 2-run first inning, and then he walked. Scored a run in the 3-run second inning. Paul Kearns calls time for some reason, something with Brodegard, but that straightened out. Malatak headed to Hagerstown Community College, and are getting a good player in this kid. He can play everywhere. Seen him pitch, catch, and play center field. I'm sure he can play the infield. First pitch from Brodegard, inside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch, fouled off to the left. 1 ball, 1 strike, 5-0. Top of the 4th inning. Stephen Brodegard in relief of Alex Zaneski. Trying to keep this lead at 5-0. Hope those post 1 bats come alive. The pitch sails behind Yanchek. He might have a shot at Dantry at second, but Job trying to give me some signal with binoculars or Oh, we have 75 people watching. I didn't know what the binoculars were for. But anyway, Malatak squared a bunt, but Brodegard's pitch went to the backstop. So, fouled back into Nate Harper's chest protector. He seems to be okay. So Gavin Dantry moves down into scoring position as that ball got by Yanchak. So, boy, they would love to tack on that 6th run. See if Malatak can get him over. And that pitch paints the corner right at the knees. Malatak doesn't like it. As Nate Harper rings him up. Great pitch from Stephen Brodegard. So Malatak can't get Dantry over to third base. For Gavin Angotti. Angotti has walked and struck out. Angotti, as I've mentioned, plays at Cal U. First pitch from Brodegard, low and away, ball 1. 5-0 here in the top of the 4th. West Hills threatening with a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Dantry with that leadoff single. Pitch from Brodegard. That's, man, that stings. That is going to hit Angotti in the hand. Seems to be okay. that stings, fellas. That's on the knuckles, probably about 80, 84, 85. Ooh. Now Braden Radu, the big lefty, doing the pitching this afternoon. Saw him park a few into the trees yesterday. 0 for 1 today. Popped up to Brady Ernst at third in the first inning, and then an RBI walk in the second inning. The pitch from Brodegard. Radu swings, and that one's going to be way over the street there, Coach. I don't think that one's coming back. Runners on first and second to Braden Radu. If we could get a ground ball, probably chance for a double play, get out of this. But you got to be careful with Radu because he has definitely got some power. 1 ball, 1 strike. Correction, no balls, 1 strike. Now it's 1-1 as that 0-1 pitch sails outside. Radu runs the count even. Dantry with that leadoff single stands at second. And Gaudy hit by the pitches at first. Malatek struck out looking in between those two for the out. The 1-1 pitch from Brodegard. That's going to be a ground ball, first base, and Brody Grooms is going to let it go foul. Not sure about that call. Brody Grooms a really smart, intelligent player on that, but might take the out there. But that would have let everybody move up 90 feet, so see how it plays out. Brody Groom got to make a quick decision. He decided to let it go foul, so might have been a good play. Pitch from Brodegard, and that ball is driven. Upton steps back, and he is going to haul it in. Man, wow. Radu got a hold of that one, but right at Chris Upton. Man, that ball was hit on the screws for out number 2. So both runners stay where they were. So Brody Groom made the right call, Job. Tough call, but Groom decided to let it go foul, and it was a good call because Radu lines out to center field. That'll bring up Colton Prosperi. He's got 3 RBIs, 2 singles, so another dangerous hitter. Brodegard, first pitch fastball, right down the middle for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Brodegard trying to keep it right here. Get that post 1 offense in the dugout. Runners break. And Prosperi fouls it off to the right. Gavin Dantry on the move there. And Gaudy must not have known he was running because he stayed at first. So 0-2 Brodegard. See what he throws him here. See if he goes to that fastball that he always relies on. And he will, and that's going to be, grounded through Groom's legs. That's going to score a run. Here comes the runner. Second, and Gaudy is going to hold up at third base. Groom just did. That ball was smoked down to first. Groom just didn't get his glove down in time. And that's going to plate another run for West Hills. Make it 6-0 and put runners at the corners as Ann Gaudy moved all the way around from first to third. That'll bring up Federush. Federush also 2 for 2 with an RBI. 6-0 here. Getting late in this game, top of the 4th. West Hills leads. See if he's running. He is running. That ball's fouled off to the right. Need some baseballs in there. Nate Harper running out of baseballs. Man, that was a tough one. That ball was really hit hard. Groom just didn't get his glove down in time. Got through his legs and rolled down in the corner. Luckily, Murdoch was able to track it down before Gavin and Gaudy was able to score. Keep that runner at third. So still runners at the corners. Federush, the batter, he's 2 for 2. 1-1 count. The pitch from Brodegard, and that's going to be thrown. You see what they're going to do here. Ryder Delesk with a great play. Yanchek's throw sailed over Fado's head. Ryder Delesk right there to back him up. Prosperi heads back to first, trying to draw that throw back. Not real sure the play there, what that was supposed to do if he's going to go back to first. I don't know. I'm not sure why Gotti didn't break for home on the throw once he saw the throw high. Well, we'll redo it here. First and third, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Prosperi. There goes the runner again. Fouled off by Federouche. Prosperi on the move again. Trying to get post 1 maybe to throw through again. See if Gotti breaks from third. The 1-2 pitch from Brodegard. That's a fastball lined right at Upton. Wow, 2 balls hit really hard right at Chris Upton. But he's able to track it down. The wrong place to hit a ball is right at Chris Upton as he hauls in 2 hard line drives. But West Hills adds a big insurance run. On no hits, there was a correction on 1 hit. There was a post 1 error. They leave 2. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's now West Hills 6, post 1-0. This 4th inning brought to you by our great friends at West Virginia Northern Community College. And Coach Aaron White gave me the directive on the new president at West Virginia Northern, Dr. Andrew Langrer. Langrer? We're going to call it Langrer. Okay, Langrer, Dr. Andrew Langrer, the new president, West Virginia Northern Community College. I'll have to get that pronunciation later on. But this half inning brought to you by Northern Community College, offering classes in Wheeling, Weirton, and New Martinsville, offering hands-on training in healthcare, business, skilled trades, culinary arts, and more. Go to wvncc.edu. Go in and see what they have to offer because they have a ton. Got it really going on. So we're halfway home in this one unless we go extra innings. 6-0. West Hills leads, and this is going to take a valiant effort from post 1. I know they've overcome a couple of large deficits in this tournament. This is a quality team that they're going to try to make a comeback on. It's going to be Murdoch, Ernest, and Fado. Groom in the hole. See if Murdoch can continue his hot hitting. He grounded out to second base his first time up. First pitch from Radu. Curveball in there for strike 1. Murdoch, red hot hitter. I think that was an off-speed pitch. Couldn't tell. Was that a knuckleball? Couldn't tell. Some type of off-speed pitch. 1-1 pitch from Radu. That's down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 4th, Andrew Murdoch. The pitch to Murdoch catches the outside corner. Murdoch didn't like it, so he laid off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Love to see Murdoch find a way on here. The pitch, and that's going to be bounced to first base. Easy play for the first baseman down there, Keegan Williams. Get that first out here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up the third baseman, Brady Ernest. Ernest grounded out to shortstop on a nice play up the middle by Gavin Gotti. So Radu keeping that pitch count down. First pitch strike. We'll get Jubb to give us the pitch count on Radu. It looks like he's right around 50 pitches. So he is very comfortable out there. And that ball is lined up the middle. Woo! That almost took Radu's cap off his head as he lines it up the middle for post 1, second hit of the day. See if they can get something going against Radu here. Dom Fado grounded also to shortstop the last time. That's a good double play combination up the middle with Federouche and Gotti. And your third baseman over there, as they've already turned a 5-4-3 double play. Colton Prosperi. Curveball in there for strike 1 on Fado. Ernest on first after that And one out single to center field to pitch from Radu. Curveball, that's bounced to third. This could be a 5-4-3 double play. And he is just fatal with that speed, just did leg it out. The feed was a little bit wide of Federer. She didn't quite get a good feed that time from Prosperi, but it was a bang-bang play, and the fleet-footed Fado beats it out. They do get one out of it. It was a wide throw from Prosperi. I think a good throw there. They may have beat Fado by half a step, but it pulled him off of the bag. So Fado with 2 outs now on first. See if they put him in motion. Like to see Malatek's throw to second. Curveball swung on a miss by Groom. Groom flew out to left field on a towering fly ball. His first time up. Groom had 2 wonderful sacrifice bunts. Ooh, Fado caught leaning a little bit. Pretty close down there at first base. No balls, 1 strike on Groom. As I said, 2 great sacrifice bunts yesterday. See if he can keep this inning going. Fado on the run. Throw from Malatek. That's going to roll into center field, but not far enough for Fado to advance. So the stolen base puts Fado in scoring position for Brody Groom. No balls, 2 strikes on Brody Groom. Radu trying to work out of this, keep post 1 off the board, hold on to that 6-0 lead, headed to the 5th inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Radu checks Fado, the pitch. That curveball just going to stay high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking a little ominous over to our left. Hopefully that siren does not sound. I'm hearing Coach Stout back there giving us an updated weather report. That didn't sound very good, whatever it was. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 ball, 2 strikes on Brody Groom. Fado leads off second. Post 1 trying to get on the board. Radu's 2-2 pitch. Down and away. Now it's 2-2. Oh, man, Kyle. Kyle White's trying to confuse me up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, folks. The pitch from Radu. Now it's full. Nice pick by Malatek. Full count. Brody Groom should get something, but with an open base, Radu might be pretty careful here. Don't give him anything too good. Caden Knapp on deck. The pitch from Radu. And that's going to be outside for ball 4. So Brody Groom with a good at-bat right there. Puts runners at first and second. Caden Knapp, we've seen he's got some power. He was about 2 feet from a home run on Friday. He hit the top of the big monster out in center field. See if he can deliver again. Cut this lead down a little bit. Pitch from Knapp, fastball up. Sort of an excuse me swing. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 6-0. West Hills leads. Post 1's got a long hill to climb, but man, could they use a run right now. Just a momentum run here. Big part of this game. Nice. Good play. I like that play right there. They're trying to throw behind Brody Groom as the first baseman snuck in, but Coach Cam White saw him coming. Got Groom back in time. Nice play right there. The pitch to Knapp. Swing and a miss on that curveball. So Radu jumps way out ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Knapp trying desperately to get post 1 back in this game. Somehow, the pitch from Radu. Tried to get him to swing at that high fastball again, but this time Knapp didn't bite. Job just showing me a radar and those colors that none of us like to see. The oranges and the reds. And the pitch just stays outside. The 1-2 evens the count at 2-2. So reds and greens are in the area. So if that gets closer, we may hear that siren. The 2-2 pitch. And that is going to sail in there for strike 3. Caden Knapp gets caught looking and strands 2 runners. So after 4 complete, it remains West Hills 6, Wheeling Post 1, nothing.
You hear that sound, the 2-2 pitch. And that is going to sail in there for...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 6-0. West Hills leads. Headed to the top of the 5th inning, and weather could become a factor here as Jubb has given us an updated weather report, and it does not look good over to our left, ladies and gentlemen. We may be called into quick action to get our cameras down. If this comes in, if we hear that siren, we're going to probably be heading up the poles here to grab our cameras, unless we can throw a couple Kroger bags over them. But anyway, we're going to continue play. Top of the 5th. And it won't be good for Wheeling Post 1 if that alarm goes off, because we are just about going to be out of time. So we head to the top of the 5th inning. 6-0. West Hills leads. Brodegard standing with his hand on his hip, but now he's ready to go. Danny Sorensen, 0 for 2 on the day. Fielder's choice, ground out to second base his first time up, and then grounded to Fado on a good play up the middle his last time. The pitch to Sorensen, in for a ball, 1 strike. So I would say Jubb is shaking his head. Kim North, I don't know what Kim North's pointing at. Maybe a cat up in a tree or something. Pitch from Brodegard, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When Kim North heads back into the press box, that's probably not good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the 5th. The pitch from Brodegard, fouled into the mid of Janczek. Can't quite hang on. Just bounced out of his glove. 85-mile-an-hour fastball. Trying to hold on to it. Just couldn't quite. Sorensen 0 for 2 on the day. Post 1. Trying to hold things at bay here. Trailing 6-0. And that it continues to get darker and darker across the way. We're hoping that messes us, because it's not going to be good if it's a delay. I think that would probably end it if we saw lightning, because we are right now just getting close to halfway. Brodegard trying desperately to keep it here. 6-0. That ball's lined to right field. Murdoch gets a good jump on it and hauls it in for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Going to bring up Keegan Williams, 1 for 2 on the day. Flood watch, Jubb just reported. So I would imagine that would say that we probably got some hefty rain headed our way. So hopefully we can get another inning, at least get Post 1 another at bat. Beauregard looks in. Keegan Williams 1 for 2 on the day. Fastball misses inside. Ball 1. Kicks, he deals. Strike on the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kim North just asked, Armory did lose a game to Outsiders 9-6 on Thursday. Beauregard kicks, he deals. 1-1 swing and a miss by Williams. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beauregard ahead in the count. That familiar pose out there. Hand on a hip as he takes the sign. Shakes his head a little bit, shakes it back. Beauregard sort of smiled. And not sure he liked the pitch, but he shook it off, and Williams stepped out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beauregard ahead in the count, 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th, 6-0. West Hills leading in the second semifinal game of the Beast of the East. Oh, Williams, I thought he fouled it, but he didn't. Oh, look at this play by Yanchak. The ball rolled down the right field line. Yanchak hustled down. He and Williams were sort of running together. And Yanchak picked it up. A really tough play. Couldn't underhand it to Brody Groom. I actually thought he fouled that, but it must have tipped off of Yanchak's glove. Gets back to the backstop, and Keegan Williams beats Yanchak down the line, and now he's on first base. Jubb just pointed something out. I'm not sure what it was. I had something to do with the weather, but not looking good. So Keegan Williams down at first base after that strikeout that got by Yanchak. First pitch to Ethan Kirker in there for a strike. The pitch from Beauregard. Kirker on the swing. No balls, 2 strikes. Paul Kearns with the appeal from Nate Harper says yes, he did. So Beauregard jumps out ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Time called by Kirker. He's going to step out, regroup. Beauregard, no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, that's going to be fly to center field, up then a couple of steps back towards the wall. Easily corrals that for out number 2. Upton just looks so comfortable. And we just, ladies and gentlemen, heard the siren, so I believe that will end our game. That ends at least this inning. We'll have a conference, but as far as I know, that will end the time limit. Is that correct, Coach White?
That's what it looks like. Yeah, it's a half-hour delay, so that's
yeah.
Going to put us right at the time limit.
Yeah, so that's going to put us right at the time limit. So I believe that is going to be the end of the game. So
it reverts back to post 1, right? This ought to be unbelievable. Ready, Whitey?
Okay, we got Coach White and Coach Stout going to head down and discuss this, but we are probably going to head out and grab our cameras. So we will be back shortly to wrap this one up and give you the final information. But as far as I know from what I talked to these guys before the game, if that siren went off within the time, after the time limit, the game will be over. So I believe that's going to be it, and I believe West Hills is going to be a 6-0 victor over Post 1, and they'll take on the Outsiders at 3:30. We don't have 100% confirmation on that yet, but from what I gather and the rules and how this is playing out, I would assume that is going to be the end of this game. But we will try to get confirmation on that as soon as we can. And if that is the case, it'll be the Outsiders taking on West Hills for the 2026 Beast of the East title. I think they're going to get together with Bo McConaughey, Coach Stout, Coach White, They'll gather the coaches. We'll keep it here, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll have to race and get our cameras down. I'll have to discuss with Job if we're going to carry the final game or not. If we're in a extended weather delay. Job just said he's not sure yet. He's thinking it over. He's going to discuss it with the administration, the weather folks, and all the people involved. Right. Yeah. So, Job, if you want to explain that to our listeners, Job is going to grab a headset here. Job has the official word on. All right, Job's on here. He's
Hello. I learned yesterday that there's this light, and I'm going to put it on the stream here in a second.
And the siren, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is on the top of the Wheeling Park High School wrestling room.
And I'm showing it right now. So you can see this is a siren. This is called Perry Weather System. You can see the logo on the bottom. That light right there is indicating that there's lightning or storms in the area. And until that thing stops blinking, that means there's lightning in the area. So technically, yesterday, we shouldn't have continued that game. Technically, we shouldn't have come back. There was no point to come back out. But I learned that because none of us have the app up here, this is going to continue to ping as long as this light continues to flash. There is lightning in the area. So regardless if that continues to go off, as long as that flashes, it is going to continue to ping for a weather delay. So and then it will clear, and once it clears, it will give us an all clear, and it'll sound again. Or it will give us an all clear, and then the only way that we would know is if the siren sounded again for it to continue pinging for weather. So for right now,
we are in a weather delay. It is Coach Stout, the coach from West Hills, and I think I haven't seen a Post 1 coach there yet. It's Coach White, Coach Stout, and the West Hills coaches. I haven't seen John Michael Bruner or Coach Castello head that way yet. But I am assuming that this game is probably going to be over. And the question is going to be if there's going to be time to get a game in as far as these delays, because I think there's thunderstorms in the area that are going to plague us for most of the day. So we are holding on to find out a definitive answer. All right, we got Coach Stout. We'll try to keep you abreast. Thanks for anybody for tuning in. Hope you have enjoyed the live streams over the last 4 days. We have suffered through some heat, but we have survived, and as always. And it has cooled down a bit, and it does feel like raining out there right now. And we're going to have to hustle and get our cameras down if this rain moves in. Jubb says we got a little bit of time, so we will move as quickly as possible once we find out the rain is here. But we're still waiting on a definite decision. Coach Lewicki keeping an eye on things down there. Coach Stout's pointing up at the siren. I want to thank once again our sponsors, as always.
well, Armory's coaches came back in, and they looked like they weren't happy about something, which you would think that if this game is over, they would be relatively satisfied.
Oh, boy. So
I'm assuming
we'll keep you posted. I want to thank our sponsors once again, Mail America, Belmont Savings Bank, the Health Plan, and West Virginia Northern Community College. Thank you so much to those 4 sponsors who have made these live streams possible. Jubb doing an outstanding job. Soup on his way back from a family reunion, warrior through all the heat. Jarrett did a great job on the calls, the play-by-play yesterday and on Friday, battling through the heat. He'll be back at PNC Park next week as the Pirates head home. They are right now leading 4-3. They were up 4-0, but The Nationals have made it 4-3 now. Hopefully the Pirates can get back over 500. Stay in that wild card race because the division is pretty much, as they've watched Milwaukee run away from everybody, the second best record in all baseball, only to trail the Dodgers. They are playing incredible baseball. Job, what are you seeing, hearing?
Well, I'm going to try to put it up for people on the stream. It looks like we're going to be seeing some rain close around the 2:45 mark, which is here in about 7 minutes. And then we're going to get hit pretty hard shortly after that. I'm going to roll it right now. If you're watching the stream right now, that's sitting at about 2 o'clock, about 2:20 right there. 2:45 is when it hits us, and then we get a little bit of a brief gap in weather before it really comes down at about 3:50, and we're going to be seeing some violet and red. So even if we do get the all clear here, which I don't think we will, this is going to continue to happen. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't like I said, this game is obviously going to be washed out, but even the next game, if that thing keeps detecting lightning, it's going to be 5, 6 o'clock before. And these teams, both of these teams are travel teams. They got to travel. Cannonsburg not so far, but some of these teams, the outsiders, heading back to, East Fairmont, 2 hours away. So they're not going to want to stay here till 7, 8 o'clock. So
I'm not sure who Coach Stout is talking to, but there goes John Michael Bruner.
Is he on the phone with someone?
He's on the phone right now.
Oh, you know what? I bet he's on with Coach Doc or Mike Garman, who have the app to let us know. But if they see this radar, I think they're going to have to make a decision that's.
Well, I spoke with Coach Nardoni last night, and until this, it doesn't sound over and over and over again if it continues to trigger within that first 30 minutes. It just keeps blinking, and that means that there's lightning in the area. And then they'll probably continue to get pinged on that app.
Yeah, but we don't know when the last time the lightning was detected by that.
It could have been a minute ago.
But it may have not been detected. We still just might be under the first lightning watch.
But it could have been in the past 30 seconds.
Correct.
So
the only ones that know that are the people with the app.
Right.
And I bet that's who Coach Stout's.
I'm going to call Coach Nardoni right now.
JM looks like he might have some answers.
Hey, can you check your app?
Jub's on the phone with Coach Nardoni. He doesn't have the app though. It's Mike Garman and Coach Doherty are the two. And who? Aaliyah, the other trainer. So they're the ones that have it. So I think that's who Coach Stout's on with, trying to get us an update. So we're going to have to get moving here and get these cameras down at some point. So nothing there from Coach Nardoni, as he doesn't have the app.
He doesn't have the app. I guess that's under pretty heavy lock and key.
I think we're still waiting for some confirmation, but I mean, I according to the rules, this game
is over.
Should be over. Does he have any information? Let's see.
I believe post one advances. Because it's not a completed game. So post one advances if it's.
What's that now?
I believe because it hasn't gone through the fifth inning, that post one advances if this is washed out. Because it goes back to the higher seed advances because it's not a completed game.
If that's the case, this place will.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the fifth inning. That's in a 9-inning game. Is it the fifth inning in a 7th-inning game?
I think the rules they talked about with Bo before the game was.
Oh, this place they'll.
This will not be good. If that is the case, this will not be good at all.
And that is really, to be honest with you, isn't fair.
No,
that is not fair. I love Wheeling post one. I want them to advance, but that would not be fair.
No, they can't let that happen. There's no way they can't let that happen. Well, let's take it off the air for a second, and then we'll come back with any updates.
All right, folks, we're back here, Patriot Field. If anybody's still tuned in, they have just officially called the game, and West Hills has been declared the winner, 6-0. So they will advance to the finals against the Outsiders. But we just saw above us lightning strike. So at least, very least 30 minutes. But Jubb pulled up the radar, and it does not look good. So I would say that this final game is very much in question. At least, it's at least 3:30, but that's when it was supposed to start anyway. But I would imagine there's still more rain in the area and lightning. So we are going to wrap it up here, folks. Your final score from Patriot Field in a lightning-shortened game, as was yesterday. It's West Hills advancing to the finals with a 6-0 convincing victory over Wheeling Post 1. Job it was
I'm Colt McKivitz. Growing up in the Ohio Valley, playing for
I got things a mess up here in the
important is to have
I got things a mess up here. I just spilled a water. I was trying to get Jubb on the mic here and give his thoughts on Beast of the East and the game now. Jubb, pretty convincing win.
Yeah, I mean, the Armory's a good lord. A lot of lightning going on in left field. So there's another 30 minutes. But yeah, no, West Hill's a good ball club, and we saw Post 1 get down a couple of times against teams that they probably shouldn't have been down against. Then they get down to a team that they've definitely would see some struggles with any game, any time of year. And once you get down like that and you get a momentum killer like some of the innings that ended up, it's hard to come back from it, especially even if this game would have continued. I would like to think that it would be the same result. Yeah,
they just they're a very quality team. Post 1 continued to fall behind, and this time it came back and bit them. But that's baseball, and this you face good clubs. You just can't fall behind like that. And just one of those games, and they'll bounce back. Hopefully, get ready for the area. Just one of those games, but we got a heck of a thunder. Yeah, so we're going to get the cameras down. I want to thank once again our sponsors, Mail America, Belmont Savings Bank, the Health Plan, and West Virginia Northern Community College for their terrific sponsorship. Once again, signing off on behalf of everybody at the Pine Room Studios. Your final score once again in our second semifinal game. It's West Hills 6, Post 1-0. West Hills will advance to take on the Outsiders, potentially at 3:30, but I doubt if they're going to get that one in. So on behalf of Jubb, on behalf of Jarrett, Soup, our whole team, everybody that was up here in the box, Soup has just arrived and just in time. He is going to be here just in time to take the cameras down. Hopefully he doesn't kill himself, puts the ladder up correctly. He's already got it up correctly. He's already on the move to get the camera down. So we got him on camera, ladies and gentlemen. You can zoom in on this. Soup, we got you on camera. He's putting the ladder up wrong way. Turn it around. No. There you go. He almost got it right. See if he locks it in. He's got the screwdriver. He's got it set up way too steep. Pulls it out. All right. We're doing play-by-play of this. He's still got it way too steep. Bring it out. There you go.
Now the top.
Just pulled both of the pad. That's all right. Leave those go. Go ahead. This is interesting. I just hope he doesn't kill himself. We're going to watch him. Hopefully he doesn't drop the camera. Well, we had to send somebody out there and help him. Try to grab a guy here to help Soup. So we need someone out there with Soup. How can you go out there and help Soup? We got Kyle White. We got Kyle White coming out, Soup. All right, folks. If you want to see Soup, we'll send replays out on the live stream. But anyway, on behalf of all of us, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for checking in on a live stream. Good luck to Post 1. Don't forget, our next game on Tuesday scheduled against Morgantown has been canceled, so we will not be carrying that game. We head to Moundsville, actually Glendale, on Wednesday in an Area 1 game against Post 3, 6 o'clock first pitch, and then Thursday is supposed to be the next game here at home, our last regular season game against Uniontown, but that is in limbo also. So stay tuned. We'll keep everybody abreast of what's going on behalf of all of our sponsors, all of the guys up here on job, myself. Thanks for tuning in. Your final score, once again, West Hills 6, Wheeling Post 1.